Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today we are going to talk about the ARCs that I was sent in September. And as you guys know, I've already talked about this, but I'm not planning to read them as of right now. But I did want to go ahead and do a highlight and let you know what I was sent, because when I was sent these, I was planning to read them at the time, and I, kind of made that commitment. But as you guys know, I have decided to forego that for my own sanity. So what I'm going to do for the month of September only is I'm going to highlight these, let you know what I was sent, and talk about them a little bit, let you know what they're about, let you know what the average Goodreads rating is as of when I'm filming this video. It could go up and down a little bit over time, but as of when I'm filming this video, this is the average Goodreads rating for that book, and let you know that they're coming out and leave links down below and all that good stuff. So the first one that I have came out September 1st. It's already out, and that is Daddy by Emma Cline. This is a book of short stories. It was sent to me from Penguin Random House, and as of right now, the average rating for this book on Goodreads is 3.62. So this one, like I said, is a collection of short stories, and in the book description, it only describes 3, so I don't know if there's 3 or if there's more than that. I'm not quite sure about that, to be honest with you, since I haven't read it. But this one really, it seems to be focusing on almost a power struggle between men and women, between parents and children, and then there's also like past and present. So almost like a power struggle between those types of things. It seems to really focus kind of on men and women from what I'm understanding. And one of the stories focuses on a father who goes to his son's school in the aftermath of a violent act that happens at that school. He wants to make sure his son is okay and that he's still going to be able to get into college and do all these things, and like just making sure his son is all right. But when he gets there, he may be realizing that maybe his son could have been a part of it. So there's that. There's a woman who's trying to make it in Los Angeles. She is working a job and she is also taking acting classes, but she comes across an opportunity for a riskier way of making money, making more money, maybe getting her foot a little bit in the door. So she is struggling to figure out if that's going to be okay for her or not, or if it's going to get her into some danger. And then there is also one about a family where the father has a very dark past, and I think it's starting to come back to bite him, and his family's realizing things that he's done in his past. Like, did they even really know him? That type of thing. So that is what I'm getting from the synopsis of this book. And like I said, it has a 3.62 average rating as of when I'm filming this video. So, yeah, but that one was sent to me from Penguin Random House. Okay, so the next book that was sent to me was The White Coat Diaries by Maddie Sinna. And this one was sent to me from Berkeley, and it does come out on September 15th. And the current average Goodreads rating, you guys, is 2.87. Okay, granted, there's only 106 ratings and 51 reviews, but they're not getting very good reviews so far. So this one, decide for yourself on if you think this book sounds interesting. But this one is pitched as Grey's Anatomy meets Scrubs. Okay, I liked Grey's Anatomy for a little bit. I stopped watching it at one point, so I don't watch it anymore. And I loved Scrubs. I loved that show. It was so funny. But this one follows a resident. She is in, I think it's even her first day in her residency, and she's almost ready to quit. She doesn't know she can handle this, blah, 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 kind of probably overwhelming the way most residents feel on their first day, right? She ends up meeting one of the, what is he called? Chief resident. And he comes in and she's immediately mesmerized. They have a connection right away. He becomes her mentor, eventually morphing into something more. And then our main character is actually part of something that happens, and it ends up being a cover-up. And so she's trying to decide if she needs to go along with the cover-up and protect her hospital and her fellow employees and her fellow residents and all that, or if she needs to come out and say, hey, no, a mistake was made. This is wrong, and we need to own up to it. So I think she's struggling with that balance and, what she's going to do. So that is the premise of this book. Like I said, the Goodreads ratings are not that great. So look at it with an objective eye and see if it's something that you think that you would enjoy. I still encourage you to try to pick it up if you want to. If it's not, then don't. Make your own decision. But either way, links are down below. The next one that I was sent is Breathless. This is written by Jennifer Niven, and this comes out on September 29th from Knopf. And this one, as of right now, has a Goodreads rating of 4.0, like exactly 4 stars. So that's a pretty, that's pretty decent. Now, Jennifer Niven is an author who has come under some criticism for some of her past books. I think her first book I did read, and I actually really enjoyed it at the time. If I read it again today, I don't know that I would as much, but it dealt with a very heavy topic of suicide, and from some reviewers who have had experience with that, didn't feel that it was done well. They don't feel like it was handled in a correct way. So there is that. I personally don't have that type of experience, so I can't speak to that. And then her second book, I think, was called Holding Up the Universe. I did not read that book, so I can't speak to that, but I had heard not so great things about that one too. So she's a little bit of an author who I think there are some people who do really love her, and then there are some people who don't. So I think she's polarizing. I don't really have a big opinion about her because I've only read one book. So I can't really I don't feel like that's enough to really form an opinion about her as an author. But this one that is coming out, if you are a fan of hers, this one, like I said, comes out on the 29th. After reading the synopsis, I'm not 100% sure, you guys, that I don't even know about this, to be honest. Okay, so this is a young adult book, and it follows a girl named Claudine who is a budding writer. She wants to be a writer, and then she kind of wants to make the most of her, I guess, senior year of high school is what I'm guessing, or she's coming up to the end of her senior year, so maybe the summer before college starts. So she's making plans, college in the fall, become a famous author, and maybe finally have sex. And the next line is, she doesn't even need to be in love. Okay, so as someone who really appreciates when sex happens with, especially I think between teenagers, I do feel like there needs to be some sort of, caring feelings. I know that, being in love as a teenager doesn't always happen, but your first time to me is just so special and not something to be taken lightly. So I kind of take a little bit of an issue with that. So that would probably drive me nuts, to be honest. So she finds out that her parents are getting divorced, and her mother decides to take her to this island off the coast of Georgia to spend the summer there and kind of get away from everything. And then she ends up meeting a boy there. And I think that ends up being who she maybe falls in love with, hopefully, and decides to have that experience with him. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm going to be on the fence about whether or not I read this one, to be honest with you, even eventually, just because I'm going to wait a little bit and see what other people and other reviewers think before going into that one. But if it's something that sounds interesting to you, or if you do like Jennifer Niven, this will be coming out at the end of the month. And the last one that was sent to my way was actually a physical ARC, and I really, really appreciate it. This is A Most English Princess, and this is by Claire McHugh. This one comes out on the 22nd of September, and it was sent to me from William Morrow. So huge thanks to William Morrow. This one has a good rating. Currently, it is 4.15 on Goodreads, so that's a really good rating here. And this one is a novel of Queen Victoria's daughter, who was also named Victoria. So, and this is a fictionalized account of some things that she went through and some details. It's a historical fiction based on a real person. So, the thing that I really liked about this, and one reason I definitely accepted to get a copy of it, is that the author of this book has a family connection to this royal family as well. She has one of her either grandfathers or great-grandfathers or something like that was the driver for this family. So there's definitely a historical connection to the author. So it's a very personal story for her. So I really, really like that. And I think that that is going to attribute to this being as historically accurate as possible. Obviously, she will, it's a fiction, so she'll take a little bit of liberty, but I think it's going to be as historically accurate as she can make it. And I'm sure it's based on stories she heard growing up as well. So I really am interested in this one for sure. Again, I'm not going to be reading it in September, but it is going to be on my radar to read here soon, hopefully. So this one is probably the one of the pile that I got that I'm most excited about. Okay, guys, so those are all of the ARCs that I received for the month of September. And again, I will not be planning to read any of them as of right now, but they are in my possession and they will be options for me going forward. And yeah, so if you're excited about any of them, let me know. Let me know what you're excited about. Let me know if there's any other releases coming out in September that you've been really looking forward to. And if you want to get your hands on any of these books, I will have Amazon links and Book Depository links down below, so you can grab your own copies of them when they come out. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, huge thanks to all the publishers for sharing these books with me. I really, really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day.